Welcome back to Cobble Chaos, and chaos it is. So, I don't know, I've been messing around. I'm just kind of setting this front end in this frame and trying to kind of get a plan on this Model A. I still got to find a rear end. I'm not going to use the original one. I was going to use an 8.8, but they're ugly. So I'm kind of, I don't know, kind of in limbo on this. And yeah, so it's like, it's just kind of, I don't know, I might set it up on jack stands, level it all out, kind of get this front end figured out, and these bars tacked in or something, and I can start kind of assembling without a rear end. But no, sometimes I just wish there were 10 of me, because it's just like I want to work on everything. I cleaned the shop the other day, and the Model A's calling me, and oh, somewhere back there's the Plymouth, and I put a door on it. It was looking good. I actually worked on my dirt bike the other day. But I mean, it's just like every day there's something. I come out here and I want to work on something different. And the Le Mans, I've been hammering away on that, but some days it's just like I don't want to do Bondo, and I don't feel like doing metal work, and I don't know. So it's just kind of one of those things. You kind of go with the flow, you know. I mean, we're close on this thing. I have decided this quarter, it's so beat up, I think I'm going to go ahead and just order another panel. That panel fits so nice and everything. I think I'm going to do the same thing. There's some damage right in here that's up on the top, all the way across the bottom, the midsection here. That's all just beat up, and then it's rusted out down here. So I think, time, you know, bang for the buck, it's worth it. I think those panels are like 60 bucks. So to put that in and save me a lot of labor. And I've almost got most of the mud work done. I'm not going to go any further on this quarter, just due to what I'm going to weld and stuff there. But the other side's almost done, and I did some more stripping on it. Yeah, I've been working on the back. I'm almost done stripping that and stuff. And so I figure I'm going to probably end up pulling the trunk lid off, the doors off, get all the emblems. We're getting pretty close to being able to prime. So even if everything else is ready and that quarter's not, I'm going to shoot everything but that quarter in primer, so that can be curing back. Because you want primer to sit for a while and let it shrink back and let it fill in the cracks and do what it's going to do. It actually, I think they say it's 60 days or something like that if you don't have a bake booth for it to fully cure, but we're not going to wait that long unless I get distracted. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at on this. And I don't know, I did pick up, and I don't know if you can see what we got out here, but it's just been crazy. So yeah, this is let me spin around. So that is a 56 Chevy two-door. I don't know what it is, 210 Bel Air, I don't have a clue, but it was cheap, and this quarter's been cut off of it. The trunk lid's garbage, but there's a good one in there. Bunch of parts, and then there's hoods, fenders, all kinds of stuff. And so today, I think, just so I kind of see what I have with this car, I'm just going to kind of bolt the clip on it. Just kind of like, just see what's here. And I don't want to work on it yet. I mean, I do, but I got to get this other stuff. I got 50 projects started, and I don't know. If I do anything, it might be tinker on it out in the driveway. But number one, once I get all the doors and trunk lid to the Le Mans, this car ain't going to fit in my shop. So anyway, but I do want to just see how the nose of this sits on here. The fenders and everything, they're some of the nicest ones I've seen. So I don't know. I don't know why nobody wanted this car. I did get a title and everything with it. And but anyway, let's go ahead and throw this nose on and just kind of make this car look like something real quick. So that's my plan for the day. Well, to start my day. So overall, this car is not in bad shape. And I don't know if somebody was going to use this quarter on another car or what, but I mean, it's in nice shape. But they just took a cutoff wheel and started cutting it all off. They didn't cut fully on the inside. So honestly, I can just pretty much raise this up, clamp it into place, and weld all this back in, and I'll have a nice complete body. And I mean, there's a little bit of rust blisters down here and stuff, and I know once I get into it, it's gonna have some issues. And typical all across the back, these always rot out back here. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure that's the trunk lid that belongs on the car, and it's in really nice shape. But for whatever reason, this hammered up, beat up one is on the car. So I want to flip flop those. But yeah, just kind of get to know. And then I don't know what's in here. There's some of the grill, looks like some of the seats. There's a bunch of trim and stuff right there. So I don't know how much of this I got. I don't think I have any of the dash stuff. But again, this car is not nice enough that I would like go through and try and restore it, but it would make a really cool kind of ratty, I don't know, rat rod, hot rod, gasser. I'm not real sure, but again, that's where it's like generally they kind of tell you what they want as you start working on them. But here's the fenders, and they always rust out in here. These things are solid and they are straight. They're in, like, again, I just can't believe nobody wanted this car. But these are a really nice set of fenders. Neither one of them, the eyebrows are rotted out of. But no, they're in super shape. The hood, that is straight. I mean, it's got a little patina, but I don't see any dents in it or anything. I got the core support. Pretty much, I mean, the bulk of the car is here. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. Let's say there's some rust down here in the door, but I mean, just to do a quickie and have a 56 ratted out hot rod, this quarter and whole side of the car is super nice. This could be a deterrent too, a little bit of rust in the roof up here, but again, we can just slice that out, put a piece in there. You know, I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I think it's definitely worth salvaging. And like I say, having a title and everything, yeah, this was well worth what I got it for. So but yeah, I want to go ahead and we'll put the other put the trunk lid on, put all this nose on. I'm just going to throw 2 or 3 bolts and everything, and just kind of assemble it so we can see what we actually got. So let's get her done. So I got some fenders on it, and it already is looking better. I don't know, this thing, it's kind of it's in way better shape than I thought it should be, but again, it was a good score. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the core support and set the hood on, and that'll get the nose done. Then we'll do this trunk. So this thing's looking pretty sick. I don't know, I got that core support in, but it already has a little bit of a gasser look, and I kind of prefer this style of gasser where just a little bit of weight transfer. I'm not a big street freak kind of guy, but the old kind of true 60s gasser style, you know. And I don't know that I want to do a gasser with this because it's been played out pretty heavily, and it just kind of, I don't know. But I would like a extremely tough looking car if this does amount to something. I don't know, but but yeah, this engine bay is screaming big block, fender well headers, tunnel ram, or Hillborn or something. I don't know. These cars are just meant to have that. So I don't know, but again, I'm definitely digging this, and I'm definitely glad it was a right time, right place incident. So let's throw a hood on this thing. If this doesn't scream tire fryer, I don't know what does. I mean, this thing is aggressive looking. I don't know. I didn't think it looked cool with a hood on it, but I really like the hood. And again, kind of the gasser vibe, no grill. I could just see a little moon tank right there. If I could have a big block in it with this stance and some fatter tires on the back, I could really dig this car. So I don't know, but it is definitely talking to me. So I'm going to throw that trunk on, then we're going to open up the doors and see what kind of garbage we have inside. So I open up this trunk lid, and I've got my winter tires and wheels all ready to go. So no air in. That one's got air. I don't know how long these have been in here, but 2 of them have air. Oh, appears to be an old bell housing to something there. I don't know. Oh, there's a big inline valve cover there too. So yeah, I'm kind of curious of what is hiding in this car. So I'm gonna start digging this stuff out, and actually I think I'm going to clean out the inside of the car because this trunk lid is basically buried with everything else that is hiding in here. So yeah, let's go ahead and dig in this thing and see what we got, and hopefully we don't find a bee's nest. So I went ahead and pulled the trunk off just to get that out of the way, and then I'm going to pull these tires out, and we are going to dig around and see what's inside of this thing. It seems for every project that a guy drags home, you end up with their stash of tires anyway. But I don't know, tires are like rabbits. They just seem to just grow and grow and grow. But I don't know. But these will be good for rollers or something. I mean, like I say, they're probably 100 years old and they're holding air still. So that's better than some of the stuff I got. But anyway, let's rip these things out of here. All right, so those are out of there. And this trunk floor, I mean, not great. I mean, guaranteed these are always rotted out. But here's this quarter panel. So they went ahead. I mean, it looks like they just used a cutoff wheel somewhere in here. I think they might have did a little bit of torching or something there. But yeah, it looks like this thing would just jack up. It didn't. They never finished it through here. So I think I can just jack it back up, line everything up, and tack this thing back into place, and it'd look like a car again. So yeah, this whole back panel, and that's all blown out. But again, you can get all this. These cars are like, parts for these are not that expensive, and a lot of this stuff, again, for the type of car I do, I might just fabricate it. But some of the stuff is like, it's cheaper to buy than it is to build. So just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, it looks like that was all inline 6 valve cover. Looks like a small block timing chain cover. There's a distributor. Some kind of old water net. I have no idea what that is. I think those may be motor mounts. Or I have no idea what that is. I don't know. Something. Some kind of old bell housing. Yeah. That's a pretty cool old valve cover. I'm going to clean that up. That would be a good wall hanger. So it's got the Chevrolet script on it and everything. And I like the old turquoise. So that's a little score. I don't know. I like stuff hanging on the wall. But yeah, I'm going to throw all this stuff out in the dirt and keep on digging. Well, I've opened the door to the vault. And first thing is that I never even looked at when I got this car is it actually was a manual transmission car. So that's super cool. I don't know. These cars need 4-speed, 5-speed, something, but they're meant to jam gears. So, and it looks as though somebody had it set up for jamming some gears. But, we got the old wood grain, you know. It's all saying old school hot rod, but there's seats. There's some of the side trim. Yeah. God, there's a lot of trim in here. I'm kind of curious. We're going to dig all this out, and maybe we got all the trim. So, and there's bumpers. I don't know. Let's pull some of this out and see what's out in here. So there is way more to this car than I thought was there. It's still far from complete, but yeah, take a look at what I found in there. All right, so this looks like it's all, there's a battery tray, some inner fender stuff, more inner fender stuff, the other inner fender, bumpers. Although rusty, the bumpers are pretty straight. These little bumperettes are rusted out in them. The rear one doesn't look horrible, but again, if a guy wanted to, you could probably re-chrome, but I think these are fairly inexpensive to buy new, so I don't know, I'd have to look into it. Looks like the complete back seat is there in its springy form. A couple of drive lines, somewhat a grill. I don't know, it's not the greatest, but I don't know, it's something. There is a ton of trim. It looks like I probably have most of the side trim for this car. These are the big long spears that go down the sides. There's some other fat ones. There's the door sill pieces, bunch of little miscellaneous. I think this is the other half of the trim for the side of the car, so I think that's pretty well complete. This trunk lid, it's in nice shape. I haven't ran my hands on it, but it's definitely way better than the other one on there and definitely usable. That looks like the fuel filler neck from the tank. This bag, there's 2 door handles in it. There is a couple little gauge bezels, a couple of chrome, well, not chrome anymore, headlight rings, 1 wing window, and I don't know if this was like door panel trim or what. I think that's off of the door panels and stuff. So, but yeah, a pretty good little sea of, I don't know what you'd call it, goodness, but parts are parts. So I don't know how much I'll use, how much I'll sell, how much will just get thrown in a dumpster. I don't know. But then, yeah, besides all the pine needles and crustiness on this thing, same old thing. I mean, it's going to need some floor pan work and stuff. I don't know. And it's not great, but it's not horrible. Lots of, that's always fun to weld galvanized steel several times in a row, but I don't know. But the back half of it, it's actually very clean. I don't know, I'm going to sweep it all out, but I mean, these floors are not horrible. It looks like there's some daylight under the pine needles back there and around the fender, so. it's going to have its bumps and bruises, but overall, I mean, for what I got this car for, I got some aftermarket gauges for my race car. I don't know. There's some handy dandy wiring going on, but yeah, the doors they open and close. Crunchy, crusty. The latches were kind of seized up on it, but I got those freed up. But yeah, so a little more. I'm catching on my fender now. Where am I? Close. Well, there you have it. Yeah, I just need to clean out all the pine needles and debris and everything. But again, like this is kind of what this channel's about. It's you know, I know we don't all have a huge budget or whatever, and I mean, some of these old clunkers are still out there, and they're definitely savable. I mean, if you got more time or skills than money or whatever, these are what I drag home. So it's you know, hours of watching Marketplace and everything. The deals on Marketplace are crazy. I don't know if people get what they're asking on some of these roached out cars with no titles and stuff, but when something like this pops up, and like I say, when they're cheap and they're a desirable car, if you got the means to grab it, do it. Because worst case, I mean, I just clean this thing up, I could probably flip it and I'd make a pretty healthy profit on it. So I don't think I can do that though, so it might get set on the back burner. I might tinker on it when I'm between sanding Bondo on the Le Mans. I don't know, but now I've got a big mess, and I don't really want to put all this back in the car, so I'm going to figure out where to stash all this garbage, and I don't know, just sit and look at this thing for a minute. Well, I'm pretty happy with this thing. So I put the other trunk lid on. It's kind of lined up, I didn't spend a lot of time, but I swept it all out, and honestly, this is not all that bad. I mean, yeah, there's some rust, and again, a lot of people fear it, but something like this is like, I don't think I get too crazy. I'd probably make most of it just to basically keep water out of it. But the floor is honestly way better than I thought it would be. There's some up there, I say along the, I almost wish there was more holes in it because it makes it easier to sweep the pine needles. And this has got like beach sand in it. It's like a white sand, but the back is really nice. Like back in here, a little bit of daylight around the fender, but all around the back half there, passenger side, and even I believe the passenger floor pan was actually good. So there isn't a lot. I mean, overall there's stuff around the car, like I'm seeing some junk around here, junk around there. So I mean, there's a lot of little tedious type stuff, but I mean, the main stuff that you usually end up doing isn't all that horrible. And I don't even know if this is worth patching. Yeah, it is. But I don't know. That's like hot water tank or something in there. But yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I'm super happy with this thing. So I'm going to shut all the doors, shut the trunk, and we'll just get one last overall view of it. So there it is with the new trunk lid on there and stuff. So I didn't find any tail lights, and a real kind of bad thing, but again, if I go gas or something, do like some Lexan windows or something, but all the garnish moldings around the windows and stuff are not in this car. So that's something going to be maybe kind of hard to find, but I'll figure something out for that. But overall, again, we almost have a gasser as this thing sits, and I like the stance. If it had some pie crusts on the back or something, I don't know, but overall, like I say, for what this car is and what I got it for, I don't think I could have done any better. So it needs its help, just like everything else I drag home. But I don't know, that quarter is about the only thing, and it's like I really want to get that tacked on there. I don't know, I'm not doing it today, but it's probably going to happen pretty soon, just to get it, even just a few tacks just to hold it in place and get rid of that bungee cord and kind of see what this thing looks like. But yeah, so there you have it. That's another one for the cobbled collection, but we'll kind of see what becomes of this thing. But I am really digging it. So anyway, I guess I had to get back to sanding Bondo and making sparks, and I don't know, get this Le Mans done, so I have room for something else to come in. So anyway, thanks for watching. Well, there you have it. So as what I do with this channel and in life is, when I find stuff like this, it's like, if I can get it and I know I can flip it, make $1 off of it, and it finance some of my other projects I'm doing, I'll do it. And I mean, that's just another way, instead of, you know, working and scrimping your paycheck and stuff. Sometimes you can invest a little, and, you know, you can make some money to go buy that rear end or that transmission, whatever it is that you need. Or like in this case is like, I bought this with the intent to flip, but I think if I put a little effort into this, I could actually make a pretty good chunk of change off of this thing, and have fun doing it. So, or I might keep it, I don't know. But some of these cars, some talk to me, some don't. This didn't talk to me, but after kind of putting it together, it's screaming at me. So, as along with everything else in the shop. But like I say, it's just something like, we'll just kind of mess with it as time goes. And there's just days where it's like, you don't want to sand Bondo, you don't want to throw sparks, you don't want to, you know, whatever it is, put a motor in. And it's just, sometimes if you got a little something else on the back burner that you can just go tinker with, and, you know, you do that over a course of months or years or whatever, eventually you're going to have 2 cars ready. So, but it's just kind of, I don't know, knowing how to play the cards, I guess. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I love when you bring a project home. I love doing this. I love cleaning everything out, finding the mysteries. You know, you find old lighters or old pocket knives or just whatever that you can find in these cars. And even like with this, I didn't find anything real cool, but I did find way more stuff than I anticipated. There's a few things I wish would have been in there, but anyway, it is what it is. So we'll make it all work. But anyway, thanks for liking, subscribing, thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing everything, the comments and stuff. I know I'm kind of chaotic in what I do, but I love doing it, and this keeps me going. So anyway, we'll see you on the next go round.